Hello, young and fabulous youths. This is another episode on Metro Space Podcast, your ever go-to platform. And on this podcast, we get to explore ourselves and teach ourselves on relationship, goals, lifestyle, and all. And on this episode on Metro Space Podcast, I will be your host. I am Ojetola Omonola, and permit me to introduce my hosts. I'll be co-hosts.
Yo.
My, my co-host, please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. I am glad to be here again with my beautiful host.
Thank you for the compliment.
Even though she always loves to feel herself, but then she's still beautiful per se.
Thank you.
So and it's good to be back here on Metro Space Podcast, your favorite show. And today we'll be dealing and talking about deliberating on things that are so spectacular to us as humans, as youth, as guys, as females, as you guys are dressing and all like that. So I am so glad to be here again. Thank you very much as I hand over to my host.
Do you even know his name? Okay, you said his name earlier. Okay. That is my co-host for you. And on today's episode on Metro Space Podcast, we are exploring a very spectacular topic or theme titled Fashion on a Budget. Yes, because we think that this is what we need. I am super excited that I'll be exploring the world of fashion with you and how to stay, and how to still be in a fashion world on a very good budget. And on this show, we'll be giving ourselves special tips, tricks, and strategies on to stay fashionable on a budget. And that's what we're doing today.
Yeah.
So let's get started.
Are you ready?
Your fashion person is
Wait, do you even
Please,
fashion yourself on your budget?
This is online. This is social media. So if you're a newbie or you are a seasoned style pro, I think you need the advice, you need the inspiration to stay consistent on a budget. So let's start from asking ourselves. We are talking about fashion, Benga.
Yeah.
What do we really understand by dressing, or let me say dressing well? Because I don't know the way people see fashion to be. Everybody has different perspective for fashion.
Yeah.
So what do you think, or let's discuss, what do we think, or what do I feel to be the meaning of the word fashion or dressing well, specifically?
Yeah, so viewers, so we know that when we are talking about fashion, we are talking about dressing. It's something that is very, very versatile. It's something that is not shallow. It has a very, very wide scope. And when we are talking about fashion, we are talking about dressing. This is act of, being polished, the way you present yourself, what you cover yourself with that speaks well of you, that passes a message. Do you understand? Like there is always a saying that the way you dress is the way you'll be addressed. Do you understand? Even though sometimes, even if you dress well, some people don't send you, but it's important that you dress well. You know that, so that's the general, philosophy that the way you dress is where you'll be addressed. And so there is fashion commands respect. Dressing well commands a good, even when you get to somewhere and your appearance will determine how you will be approached. Do you understand? Imagine going to a bank now and just dress anyhow. Do you understand? Or not even a bank, any gathering, anywhere you find yourself, even if you are broke, at least dress well. You understand? You don't have to have everything before you can dress well. So dressing well is just the way you appear, the way you command yourself, the way you polish yourself, the way you look, and how confident you are in how you present yourself.
So I think there is a general, different interpretation for dressing well.
Yeah.
You see some people, you'll be like, what's up, let's go out. They'll tell you, I'm not dressing well. So what do you think the person actually meant by I'm not dressing well? I feel some people feel or think dressing well means when they are wearing a particular dress for a particular occasion. So in that instance, for instance, you're dressing well.
Thank you.
You're not dressing well, I'm not saying that example. I'm not dressing well like that. So what if I'm just wearing?
Let's not go back to this.
What if I'm just wearing a random clothes? Does that mean I'm dressing well as well? And I think some people still feel like when you wear a ironed clothes or a particular dress for an occasion or a coordinating outfit for dinner, for party and all, then you are dressing well. But if it's either way around, then you are not dressing well. Do you really think that is really the meaning of dressing well? So if I'm wearing a random clothes at home, I'm not dressing well. But if I'm wearing suits, wearing gown, wearing shirt and all, I'm dressing well.
Yeah, the thing is that for every occasion, do you understand? We always have a fashion sense that suits every occasion. But one thing about fashion, one thing about dressing is that it starts from your state of mind. Do you understand? And if you want to enjoy what you have, your clothes and all like that, it starts from being contented with what you have. So many times you see people say, I don't have clothes, I don't have clothes. When you check their wardrobe, you see
They have thousands of clothes.
especially
Seriously.
this feminine gender. You understand? It's not about guys alone now. You understand? You see a lady with full, like, so many clothes.
Ladies, we don't always have clothes now. We don't always have clothes.
So now, it starts from your state of mind, being contented with what you have. Okay, for instance, now, you know that as a guy, for instance, you have 2 trousers. You have like 7 shirts. Do you understand? You are still way better. Do you understand? The issue is just how to combine them.
How can you have 2 trousers and 7 shirts? As a lady, you have like... I think I was going out on Sunday and I was like, oh my clothes, oh my God, what am I wearing? Check this one, I can't wear this. Check this, I don't have clothes, what will I wear?
That's why I say it starts from being contented with what you have. And
Is
how...
it contentment, yeah?
And how you can... Let me give you an instance. There was a time, like some years back, do you understand? I used to have maybe like just 2 corporate
Do you
trousers.
still have corporate trousers?
God has helped us. Now, the reason was that, no, I had jeans and all, do you understand? Not that I didn't have clothes.
Okay.
Sure, again. So, but let's say corporate, maybe like 2. So, I have shirts, but the way I wear them,
They don't know.
by the way,
Packaging.
let me advertise myself. Once again, I'm Craig Olumega. I'm a fashion designer.
Please, we don't do that here.
Do you understand? So, as a fashion designer, sometimes when I tell people that, this your 2 trousers and your 3 shirts, you can wear it in a way that people will think that you're wearing new clothes every time.
Actually.
Do you understand? So that time, I'll just sit down and think, how can I combine this trouser with this shirt? Do you understand? So when you do that, so many times people don't see the good in what they have. They feel like, okay, because of peer pressure, the society, in all fairness, society is not helping us, because if you are not wearing designers, people don't see that you are really dressing well.
Actually.
Do you understand? So it takes someone that, your maturity has been worked on, your state of mind has been worked on, to say that, okay, even with this, my 2 trousers and my 3 shirts,
But
I have something.
Do you know that some people can be so rude? There's no way you have just 2 trousers, or be just 1 or 5 shirts or 3 shirts. They'll come and meet you and say, actually, let's go again. So you're very... You are still like it's like that. I'm serious.
Yeah.
There are some people. Okay, fine. You had 2 trousers and 7 shirts. We have some people that they don't even have up to that. Probably they only have like 2 shirts and 2 trousers, and they still do it well. I mean, they still dress well, because it doesn't mean that you having just 2 trousers or 2 skirts or just 2 gowns doesn't mean that you are not dressing well, particularly. But people, I feel like it's the society. The pressure is just too much. They'll come and meet you. Sometimes if let's say that you wear clothes some weeks or days back, and you're like, I've taken a picture with this.
Actually.
With this clothes, though.
Actually.
If I should wear this clothes again, the camera people like, show you the color.
Actually.
Actually, that's society for you.
Yeah.
But I hope there is a way we can go about it, because left to the fact that you are contented with the number of clothes you have, I have just 2 gowns. But for the ladies' perspective now, let me tell you, if you have 2 shirts or 2 gowns or 2 tops and 2 skirts, you are good to go. But ladies, it cannot reach. It can't be enough. I'm speaking on our behalf, right? You see, ladies. My daddy will enter my room like, the order of these clothes. Money at me last year, I'll still go and meet her like, please give me money for wardrobe. My mommy on my behalf will be giving out my clothes, be like, just I don't have clothes, seriously. And it's not like our fault majorly. I just feel like it's because of the society. We don't want them to see us like Asho Konloni, Asho Meji Loni. But can we just go back to the days of Ada where they only use
You want to be walking naked.
At least we'll be blind now.
Okay, so do you know that there was a time when we were way younger than this that we used to have casual clothes.
Yeah.
We have Sunday clothes, we have party clothes, and all like that. But at the point, we started growing. We grew to the point of like, this clothes that is my Sunday, I can wear it on a normal day. And so that I said, this thing is a state of. Imagine if you are having a party on Tuesday. Do you understand? You cannot say because the clothes is for Sunday, you cannot wear it on Tuesday. Do you understand? One thing I do personally is if I have a cloth, no matter how simple the cloth is, I see that it's special cloth. Do you understand? So when you wear it with the consciousness of you are not just wearing anything, you are putting on something special. So that consciousness will determine how you will now carry yourself. Do you understand? Even if you are putting on boxers and top, do you understand?
That's still dressing well.
Soft.
While we are still on that, let's dive into people that are wearing exposing clothes.
Okay.
Like that they think that if they have not shown their part of the bodies and all, they haven't dressed well. We have that, I don't know, in the male aspect, we talk on that. But for the female aspect here, I think we have people in this our contemporary world, ladies generally, even those that think they are Christians and they are churchgoers, they have now been pressured, or let me say they have been pressured here to the extent that they now feel like if my clothes is not skimpy, if my gown is not skimpy, if my shirt or top is not exposing my upper parts, I'm not dressing well. Do we think that also means dressing well? Because if you are inviting somebody to a party, we have a party on Saturday. The person is already calculated. For ladies here, for Owambe, Ashwebi most especially, if you go to parties on Saturday, so go and check out Ashwebi clothes, for them to dress well, it means, this thing must come outside and you must be, like, you have to just see it. I think that's their own definition of dressing well. Yeah. Does it not mean dressing well as well?
Yeah, the thing is that dressing well, it depends on how everyone sees it. Do you understand? Some people don't see anything bad in exposing their private parts and all like that. Do you get? But no matter how we try to cover it, no matter how we try to package it, we can still not undermine the place of decency. Do you understand? Okay, now, for instance, as a lady now, imagine, let me ask you now, I don't know if you're in a relationship. Let's assume you are in a relationship. And
you as if you are shaming me. Don't say I'm not, okay.
And your alleged fiancé or boyfriend per se now wants to introduce you to his friend.
Mommy, what?
Do you understand? And you're not going there with your breast open and
do you know that you now have Gen Z mamas now? Okay.
Do you understand? No matter how Gen Z your mother-in-law is, there will still be the consciousness of I'm going to my in-laws place. Do you understand? So most time the issue is I don't care what people say.
But I'm not saying you care.
Exactly. Yeah. So imagine.
I say I'm not saying. Am I not part of most?
Most times now the society now when you're going out now, at times you are prayer or klomashi. Holy Ghost.
Shut up.
At the point I was started seeing online that pastors will say, there was a time it was trending online that a pastor said no ladies should sit at the front. Yeah. Why?
So you don't open your Bible too much.
Do you understand? So it's not easy. Even if you are just walking on the street, it takes God to help your eyes. No matter how holy you are, you cannot escape that one. So you cannot escape it because we cannot still undermine the place of decency. It is not until you expose your body that you're dressing well. And in the real sense, there are some beautiful outfits that you see that even despite the fact that probably still exposing some part of the body, you still admire that this is nice. But the place of that exposing your body, we cannot undermine it because it's not really adding positivity.
Okay, I think as the perspective of the ladies here, what about the guys? Is there not a way of them being maldressed? Like they don't have anything to expose, do they? Guys have something to expose now.
But this issue is more complicated with ladies than the guys because on the norms.
So you're telling me that?
Wait. On the norm, you can see a guy on the street. Imagine, okay, now on site.
Okay.
You know, as an engineer on site now, your laborers, most of them now, most of them, you see them put off clothes. You understand? They are carrying sand, everything. No matter how woman, you cannot work. Do you understand? So, though guys to have their own indecency as well, because as a person, I don't support sagging. Do you get? I don't support sagging. I don't support probably just wearing maybe something crazy. No crazy ass levels. Do you understand? Maybe, you know, there are guys that, you know, when you're putting on a shirt, wear it well. Do you understand? Wear it, even if you are putting on something underneath, wear it well. That's the essence of dressing. You don't have to button up like this. So no. Let me even say. Do you understand? But the essence is just that dress well. Do you get? You can send your helper away with the way you dress, and you can invite your helper with the way you dress.
Actually,
some
people can be attached to like, I love the way this person
exactly.
Please give me a car number.
Exactly. Do you understand? So, and there are times that the way you dress sometimes will determine the opportunity that you'll be exposed to.
Can you even go to a corporate setting and want to expose your body, want to wear crazy jeans, or you have to just dress corporate and all.
Exactly.
So I think that is for people's perspective. Now, what does the culture accept when it comes to dressing well? So we'll not be like, I be people they are church people. That's why they are saying don't do this.
It's not about church. It's not about church. It's not just about church. Though church, even the Bible supports, you know, decency in our dressing, but even the culture, you know, sometimes when I look at old school pictures, like the olden pictures, you see, I think there was a time I saw a picture of a lady then went for a club party and all like that. You even the dress, you don't have to buy. That's even the club. Yes, you know some old, even when you are watching movies, you understand, and they are trying to like act the olden days, you see how they dress. Even if they are going for a party and you will not see anyone expose their body. You see, even while they are still at the party, you understand, the dressing is still, and that time it used to be the best way of dressing. You know, but mama got up and say, oh my, so I'm online here. People say, yeah, it's the person. So it is not until you dress indecent. Even the culture supports decency. Do you understand? No matter how it is, spiritually, traditionally, supports decency. Do you understand? So it's not about being church, and it's even painful that we are even taking advantage of the church now. You go on, or even on Sundays now, it takes another special prayer point before going to church and go cover my eyes. You don't understand? Because even people are even disrespecting the house of God with indecent dress, and it's just based on, I don't care. As I'm just looking good. And the kind of people you are working with also matters.
I think that's where pressure is set.
Exactly.
You know, some people like, you know, Jesus, friends, even when you don't want to, even if you don't have the mindset of, I'm going to be exposing my body, I'm going to be doing this, but they will tell you, at least try to, you know, they will tell you that you will not see man. You will not see man if you keep dressing like this. See, you know what? It's just a lie from the pit of hell. And I want to tell you that, just as the way my co-host said earlier, the way you dress is the way you be addressed. I think there was a time I experienced something like that in my area. You know, the lady was wearing a very skimpy gown. And you know, bike men now, they are very, very rude. Most of them are with that bike men. Very rude people. They were dragging this lady's clothes until she went back. She could not go to where she was going again. And that is the reason why they used to get themselves capped. Like, if I'm wearing this kind of clothes, I can't be walking in the streets now, so I have to. But that's the way you dress, most especially, like, portray the way you be addressed. So it's our own advice here for you to dress nice. And that is just the introductory aspects. Very. And right now we'll be diving into the importance of fashion on a budget. Why do you think there is a need for that? And I'll be turning that back to my co-host. Is there even a need for you to stay fashionable on a very good budget?
Yeah, actually, you know, we have so many reasons. I mean, so many importance. So, but then tonight, right now, what we'll be doing is that we'll just pick some few and we'll talk about. So the first one we'll pick is just that one of the importance of, you know, fashion on a budget is to avoid overspending. Do you understand? Now, guys, ladies, the truth is that you don't have to go to a boutique. If you have the money, buy. No problem. If you don't have the money, if you don't have it, do you understand?
You don't need to.
I don't want to know the city you are. If you're in Lagos, Ibadan, anywhere, do you understand? The truth about life is that for every level of humanity in life, there is always a market that suits your budget.
That's it.
That's just the truth.
I think
Do you understand?
Jennifer was still saying about that when she was way back, like when she has not become that big. He said there's no market that does not know where she take her clothes. I mean thrift now.
Actually.
We are talking about setting a budget to still stay fashionable.
Yeah.
You don't really need to overspend.
Overspend, actually.
As a lady here, you don't need to overspend.
Yeah.
Ọjà gbági wà ń bẹ, Okirika, just pack
You know, the
and
funny, there was
together.
a day I was at beggar and one morning, like in Lagos. So I just saw that man. You know, I was even seeing the fine tops, ladies actually. The man was saying 1,000 naira. I had to look at the man again. Like, are you serious? 1,000 naira. So, and even there are markets that you get to that you even see 300, 400, 500.
200, go back.
Even 200. Exactly. As it is for ladies, we have for guys.
But I think guys' clothes are always more expensive than the ladies.
Yes, definitely. Guys things are way expensive.
Is that even true?
Even there are people that will argue, do you understand? But when you get to exotic places, you realize that there are sometimes you enter one boutique. How much is this bed? 120. Thank you. I'll come back. You understand? So the thing is that understand what you have. Do you understand? If you have 10,000 naira, if you cannot go to bend down select market during the day, go at night. Nobody will see you.
Say there is night market. You know the.
Let's not form package. Let's say the truth. You understand? You know, at a point in time, I think there was a time I wanted to buy some maybe palm or something. So you understand? I'll wait. I'll be at home from morning till like 6:30 to 7. So I'll calculate that okay, Timakro only 6:30. Kindo day oja at my be 7. Let's my shoe. Buy what you buy. Yeah, you know what you want to go and buy. Just go there, give me this thing. You already pay your money. Come out here, wash it, iron it, starch it.
I think ladies know how to rock low budget clothes. You will see some. I think there was a time I saw my sister, the same vendor that we are both buying treats from. So I saw her at, I think it was our convention, and I was like, Tolu. It's the same plug. How come I did not see this? And that I think it was like 1,001. So there are still some thrifts that you will wear that will suit that occasion. So you don't need to actually I will never forget a day like that. I went to go over and do myself. So this brand has a name, and I was like, a big girl now. Just let's go and do.
You buy clothes and be drinking Gary the next day.
My brother. As I entered, so the budget was like, okay, as I'm going to this store, at most 15K, I'm done. Like just on dress, because I wanted to use the dress for. As I entered like this, the woman was like, this clothes will fit you. Can you go? I died. I wouldn't have tried that clothes on myself. As I tried that clothes, this clothes is fine. You know, there are some situations whereby you wear a clothes finish, you don't want to drop. People like, I cannot let this clothes go. Okay, how much you? I picked one more gown, like one other gown to it, and they were like 40,000 naira.
Amazing.
Okay, tell me about what more bed. Go to share something.
You cannot buy.
You will not see that. And you know, if you have not worn the clothes, that's another case entirely. You don't check out, you don't test them out and all. I was like, 40K. That's the last amount I have in my account. So you know what? Let me use it to do. So don't be like me, because I'm not like you. When I got, I was just like, okay, the food allowance, the feeding allowance for this week, I've used it to get clothes. So let's just eat this clothes for the week. So you don't need to overspend. Make sure you have a budget on your fashion. And the second thing I'll be talking about here is prioritize your need over your wants. The mistake I did was that clothes wasn't my priority. It wasn't a priority.
Yeah.
But the fact that I love the way the clothes was looking on me, I was like, okay, let me go for this clothes. And you really don't know it. Okay, if you have an occasion or something that you really think is very important, probably you're going for an interview and you don't have that clothes, it's a need at that point. So get it. But you don't necessarily need to be like, and this one too is fine. Let me pick it. I think that is the mistake most ladies used to do. Most especially if you are beyond vendor status. This clothes is fine. This shoe is fine. How much? You just check your account balance. Okay, I can still do it. And at the end of it, you drink Ario. So make sure you prioritize your need over your want. And the last thing we'll be talking about here is encouraging sustainable fashion choice. A very sustainable one. You don't need to break bank. You don't need to wear Gucci. You don't need
necessary.
to. It's not. Look at my co-host. He's just wearing a shirt. Me too. See what?
No, this is a designer shirt though.
You said what?
Gucci in disguise.
Okay, I understand. So, like, maintain a very sustainable one. And why still on the importance? I think we have to move on because time is not really on our side.
Yeah.
Let's quickly discuss on the tips to determine. So, these tips you're supposed to pay us on it, but give it for free because this is Metro Space podcast. So, what are the tips that will determine a realistic budget? The tips to determine a realistic budget, because this is just words of the mouth. What do people really need to do and make sure that, okay, I can do this, I can go for this?
Alright, so the first tip I'll just give is that you track your expenses. Do you understand? Actually, this covers a lot. I personally, while we were talking at that time about overspending on clothes and all like that, the funny thing is that it might be hard to believe, but I don't think there has been a time I've overspent on clothes. Because I don't just spend anyhow.
Sorry to cut you. Somebody said, any money you spend on yourself is not overspending.
Yeah.
What about that?
Okay, imagine you having 20,000 naira in your account and you bought the clothes.
Should be it for yourself.
For yourself.
And now,
so going into
it's an investment.
No, sometimes it can be foolishness. Sorry. Do you understand? Because if you run into debt because of the clothes,
it's not about running into debt.
No, hold on. I'm just giving an instance. Do you understand? That is not that you are not even taking care of yourself, because once you are in debt, your mental stress is affected. Your mental health rather is affected, because instead of you taking care of yourself now, you start finding a way, and the clothes that you're not inside will be sitting in your wardrobe useless.
Not useless. No, there's some occasion that will call for. There's some special occasion that will call for it.
You track your expenses. There will always be a particular amount that you can. You take care of yourself. Like I'm so big on taking care of yourself. Do you understand? But this thing is still on the subject of wisdom. Do you understand? You see someone that will put on a cloth of 1,500 naira and will be wearing it way better than someone putting on clothes of hundreds of thousands.
They used to say that. I don't know. Maybe Yoruba movies. They say, I should take fit fit. Imagine somebody wearing something expensive, probably a designer dress, and we're like, short dress, I feel while tracking your expensive, that is when you need to consider your priorities, like identify your fashion priorities.
Exactly.
If you know that designer cannot work for you, you don't need to do it. Because you are wearing designer, you're wearing Gucci, you're carrying this and that. Doesn't mean that tell me not about what designer dress I'll look. There are some people that when they wear designer dress, you appreciate them, you be like, oh my god, this person is looking expensive and all. And another person will wear, I don't want to be calling celebrities name. Another person will wear that same clothes, like I'll show you a good or 1.5, and probably it's way expensive than that. Exactly. So like if you know that this is what works for you, if it's corporate dresses that works for you, do it. For me, I think sometimes I'll be like, gown, because I know maybe I'll say it's a very quick clothes I can quickly put on and go out. Because your friend is wearing crop tops, your friend is wearing shirts, you'll be like, maybe let me also buy, because you saw it online. My friend used to wear this, so let me also buy and add it to my wardrobe. And by the time you wear, you get it, you not be. I think, God, I feel like this thing is talking to, especially talking to you, because I think that was the thing that I bought. Up till now, the clothes is still sitting in my box, because I was like, this clothes is nice, it's a crop top, and even I
think another thing I want to add is that personally, I do not buy into the idea that people say that I should fit it. My own belief is that clothes dress can fit anybody.
Mm.
Do you understand?
It depends on the kind
No,
of clothes.
let me explain. No,
Yeah,
learn
explain.
from fashion designer.
Oh,
Do you understand?
but Mr. I'm a fashion
Now,
designer.
the question is that what I would say is wear what fits you.
Hey,
Do you
that's
understand?
it.
Now, you know the trending style now outside now is you see baggy.
Yeah.
Do you understand? People just hello me I will baggy. You don't even see the person inside the bag. Do you understand?
Actually.
So it makes that kind of thing can make an expensive outfit look.
That is why we are saying that they should identify their fashion priorities. Because imagine there are some people that on a good level, trouser does not fit them. Do you know? There's some people that if they wear trousers as a lady, the way they'll be looking at that trouser, most of the time you don't have the body and all. You're now but I mean body, that doesn't mean that you need to. That doesn't mean you actually can't do it. And by the time they are wearing it, like why are you looking like this? Like just the way you said, identify your fashion sense. Know that this is what works for me and this is what I can do. And we are still talking about setting a budget when it comes to fashion. You don't need to break the bank because you want to stay fashionable. If it's just few clothes that you have, work it well, iron it. My friend used to say that you don't need to look like your problem. Exactly. Some people, the way I still on that, should we talk about those that fast and be like they look like when they are fasting, they look like somebody that has suffered for so long. Like sharing that way, like you have to just stay to them. Like you don't need to look like your problem. No matter the economy, no matter the situation of the country, stay fashionable. Like still be on cheek. You don't need to start dressing like you said you understand the situation of the Nigerian situation of the country. Let me just leave it like that and all. And I think we have done justice to fashion on a budget. And this is where we'll be putting a stop at. I don't know if you have a word for the audience.
Well, my final encouragement for the audience is that be it a lady, as a guy, see yourself as a king. Because a king does not dress anyhow. Even if he's inside his palace, you will not see him dress anyhow. And as a lady, female, see yourself as a queen. Do you understand? Whatever you have, your small quantity of clothes, whatever you have, just wear it well. See yourself in a special way. Like we said, don't dress like your problem. See, if you are going through a lot, dress well. Dress well. Do you understand? You know, some people will be like, so that people can pity them. So they just dress. No. Person will go help you. If person will not go help you, just present yourself as a king that you are, as a queen that you are. Dress well and do not break the bank. Don't enter into debt because you want to look fashionable and all like that. Yeah, just manage what you have. Wear it well. Learn. You can go online, go to YouTube, learn how to combine colors. Do you understand? Learn how to combine colors of clothes. Do you understand? Learn how to manage what you have. If you have 2 trousers, few shirts, learn how to combine them. Gradually go to markets where you can get cheap clothes, and all like that, so that you will not stress yourself, you not run into debt because you want to stay fashionable. Just remain the king that you are. So that's just my.
Please, what else is left for me to say? Because the course has packed everything.
No verse, I beg.
All right, he has said it all, and that is just the fact. You are a queen. I think one of the strategies people are now using now is if you see me, you pity me, so give me more money.
Just the play.
It cannot work out because everybody too is passing.
Everybody's going to a lot.
So you are a queen, dress like a queen, and most especially the way you dress is the way you'll be addressed. And fashion on a budget this week is brought to you by Metro Space Podcast by the Oluyole Metropolitan. And we are your hosts for this week. I am Ojetola Omolola, and this is me signing out.
And I am Craig Olubenga, and I'm happy to be here again. And I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things today. Hope to see you again soon. Stay blessed. Bye.
Yes, while still on that, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to share it because you have that friend that needs to listen to this. So we meet again next time. Bye.
Bye.